I should probably turn the TV off. Girls who turn TVs off. Girls who game. Girls who play with your controller. Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. No. You can't do that right now. Don't bark. Honestly, if you guys still come back here at this point, thank you, and I'll be sending you all trophies very soon. So in today's video, Romeo, you're gonna have to go outside. Thanks. So in today's video, I thought it would be just the funnest of fun ideas to basically spill the tea about shitty friends. Honestly, no shade to this girl whatsoever. You know, I'm sure she had her reasons for, you know, what she did, and what she did, we know we'll get into it all. I'm sure she had her reasons, and I'm sure, you know, I played a very active role in it, but also there was just a level of dishonesty here, so that's everything that we're gonna get into today. So without further ado, let's just get into the video, and make sure you guys have subscribed to my channel. Fun fact, I was stuck at like 70 subscribers for like literally months and months on end, and I started posting like a little bit more, and like this past month I've gone to like 84, so I'm really thankful for all of my 84 subscribers. Thanks. I'm serious. Anyways, let's get into the video. So I actually took notes on my phone because there was just a lot of things that I wanted to like, because if I sit down and film like a story-ish type of video, then I kind of like forget some things, or I like go back and I'm like, ugh. So I wrote it down. Just like start off with how we met, how I met this girl. So we went to we went to the same high school. We met each other freshman year, and we weren't like exactly like the best of friends at first, but down the line we, you know, eventually became best friends. We would hang out every weekend together. Like she was like my best friend, like my best friend. You know, you have a best friend. That was her. We had sleepovers every weekend. We told each other everything. Like she was my best friend. Let me clarify. I'm sure there were things she didn't tell me, but I was an open book with her. Like, I'm just gonna say. Oh, and we need to give this person a name. So I want to use the name Sky because I like that name, Sky. So if there's any Skies out there, comment down below, and we're best friends now. But okay. Eventually, it's still blurry to me, honestly, even when writing the notes down and trying to reflect on it, when exactly it was that we started distancing from each other. But it was around sophomore, junior year, because I definitely remember by senior year, we just like weren't, no, like we were not. I know that for a fact. And we like barely were texting, barely hanging out. Like every time I would reach out to her and try to hang out with her, you know, there was always some excuse. And, you know, like that's, if someone doesn't want to hang out with you, you can't really talk shit on them, but I can start to talk shit on you and complain about it when it's like, okay, like, you're straight up lying to me, and you're kind of leaving me with this false hope that, okay, you know, there's at least gonna be a next time that we hang out, like, that there's a part of you that wants to hang out. Clearly there wasn't. So, I remember, there came a time where I was at the movies with my boyfriend, and I remember we had just gotten out of the movie, and I went and I was waiting for like my mom or my dad to pick us up or something like that, and I went, you know, on Snapchat. We were just, you know, looking, waiting, and I looked and I saw that she was like being very how you say, promiscuous. And you know, hey, like same, like me too. But she's like being really like all promiscuous with her friend on Snapchat, and they're like taking Xanax, and I'm not like, anytime I've ever talked to someone about doing drugs, I'm like, I'm not meaning it ever in a judgmental way. I've had like past history with, not me personally, but people really close to me in my life that have had problems with stuff like that. So, you know, to see like my best friend doing it, like that obviously like raised a concern for me, you know? And like I get it, like kids in high school, they're just having fun, but for some kids it ends up being a lot more than just like a fun thing that they do, and it actually becomes a problem. And I'm not saying that I thought she was gonna have a problem, but I made it aware to her that like she, you know, she could have a totally different story. She might say I was super judgmental, but I kind of just like texted her and say, hey, what's up? Like, are you okay? Like, those Snapchats, like, it's kind of concerning. And she was like, just got so mad at me. She took it very, like, just wrong, which, like, is understandable. I guess it really just depends how I deliver it and the person that I'm delivering the message to. So whatever. So, you know, I offended her. She got so mad at me, and like she was just pissed at me. And then I remember just like I started like by the time this conversation with her had finished, I was already at home and I just started bawling my eyes out. And I remember my dad came into my room and he's like, what's wrong? And I was like, you know, I told him, I was like, she's doing this and this, and he was like, well, that's really nice, like, you're, you know, you're just being a caring friend, like, you know, whatever. And I was like, you're right, like whatever, like, I was being a caring friend, like, there's literally no doubt about that. To this day, I am always like, I care about my friends, what the frick, like. And then the next day came around and she actually had texted me, and she was like, she said like, I'm so sorry for blowing up on you, like, I totally understand that, like, you were just being like a concerned friend, you know, and all this stuff. And I, you know, I accepted her apology, but there was that part of me where it was just like, I was still kind of just like taken back by the whole situation. So that kind of taught me like, okay, definitely like in this friendship, don't voice your opinion because it really doesn't matter. So I think truly that situation was just kind of the point where we kind of like had our falling out. And you guys know when you could be best friends with someone for literally the longest time ever, right? And like one situation happens and it kind of just sets the whole friendship back, and the vibe just like isn't what it used to be. That's kind of what started happening. We weren't like officially like not hanging out, but definitely like, you know, like we weren't hanging out as much as we were. And like, but at this point, here's where I come in and I say I'm still trying to make the effort to hang out with her because, you know, she was my best friend. And as I said, I can't just like throw away friendships all that easily. So this is where like the susness comes in. This is when I realized. So I remember one day specifically, we were at the beach together, and she, you know, we're taking Snapchats, you know, like the lighting's like, you know, relatable, right? Like when the lighting's like, and you like can relate, like, so you take the pics. That was stupid. We're taking pictures, and, you know, she like tells me, hey, get in the Snapchat. So I'm, you know, I get in the Snapchat, we take a picture, and I'm like, and, you know, I see her, I literally saw her post it to her story, right? And I was like, oh, I really like that picture, so I'm gonna go screenshot it, right? And then she's like, I go and I look for her story, and her story's just not popping up. And I'm like, oh, like, did you not post it? Like, sorry, like, I thought you did post it. Like, if you still have it there, can you just like save it and send it to me? And she's like, and she was like, no, she was like so sure of it, right? She's like, no, I posted it, like, it should be there, like, go look. I'm like, I don't see it. And then she's like, no, like, I literally posted it, Katie. And I was like, don't see it, bitch, like. And then there was a point where I literally saw her whole demeanor change, and she just instantly went to like, oh fuck. And she had realized she had blocked me from seeing her story. And that was pretty obvious to the both of us. It was really freaking weird. It was so awkward. She was like, I'm sorry, like, I'll screenshot it and send it to you. And the picture wasn't on her phone, it was on her Snapchat. Like, she had blocked me from her story. Like, it was very apparent, like, weird. And it's pretty clear to me now that I'm assuming the reason she had blocked me was because of the time where I had like addressed her about what was on her story, you know, and whatever. I'm assuming she just didn't want me to see what was on her story. She didn't want to be judged, whatever, to each their own, whatever. But it was weird to me that like I'm hanging out with this girl that like has me blocked from her story. It's like, why are you even hanging out with me? Like, what? And then there were just like a couple instances after that where like everything added up that like I was blocked from her story. And I had even said to her, I was like, am I blocked from your story? Like, I'm really confused. And she would be like, after that day, she was like, oh yeah, for some reason you were. Like, I don't honestly remember what it was, but like, I'm gonna go like unblock it. So she had like said that she did block me then, and then I was like, okay, like I'm unblocked, like I guess, you know, she got mad at me that one time and, you know, whatever. And I was like, okay, like obviously like it's fine, like she's not gonna do it again. I was wrong. So then, you know, somewhere along the line, I remember my best friend Chloe, she was following Sky on Instagram also. Didn't have her on Snapchat, but was following her on Instagram. And she was like, oh, did you see Sky's Instagram story? Have I ever seen an Instagram story from her? No. So I was like, oh, let me go look, right? No story. And I'm like, oh, maybe she just blocked my whole Instagram. No, I can see her Instagram, but no story. So I was like, clearly she blocked me from her story. And like, she hadn't even posted anything bad like that day. Like, so clearly I was just like prolonged, like blocked from seeing the story. So after that, I was just like, fuck this bitch. Like, she's so fucking sus, right? Like, I don't need that. Like, and so I remember eventually, again, I had texted her saying, actually, no, I didn't say anything to her about that because it was just like, she's gonna make up some lie, right? Like, I definitely had caught her there, but she'll make up some lie and be like, whatever reason she's gonna tell me. So whatever. And we just weren't, like, we were not hanging out at that point. Like, the friendship was definitely like it was, you know, in the garbage back there. So couple times, you know, throughout the like next couple months of us not hanging out, you know, she has her new group of friends. There were a couple times where she had texted me and she had said, you know, like, I'm so sorry that like I had ever like stopped hanging out with you. Like, you were always like the best friend to me, Katie. Like, true, I'm not making this up, you guys. Like, you were the best friend ever to me. Like, you know, like, you always care, you're always there for me and whatever. And I'm like, damn right. And after the 5th time of someone saying that to you though, and then still continuing to do what they're doing, it's like, okay, like, there's no meaning to what you're saying at this point. Like, it means nothing to me truly, and I'm sorry. Like, and I never said that to her, and I never wanted her to feel bad because she was reaching out, but the friendship was honestly just not there at that point. So there was a point like really close to the end of like us just never talking again, where I had realized like she's literally watching all of my Snapchat stories, all of my Instagram stories, like, but she's not posting a goddamn thing. And after me confronting her numerous times about her blocking me from her story, I was like, what? And like, okay, here's the thing. I'm genuinely not that interested to see what she was doing on Snapchat. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't out there looking for a fight, but it's like, if you're gonna claim we're friends, if you're gonna claim every time that you had blocked me it was an accident, and if you're going to claim that, you know, like, I'm such a good friend, and you watch literally all of my Instagram stories, sometimes you're the first person to watch it, majority of the time you're the first person to watch it, you're so there with like checking up on my life, what the fuck are you doing then blocking me from seeing yours? Why? Like, if like, it's like, if I'm not there enough in your life for you to let me follow your life as well and be an active person in your life still, as much as we don't hang out, why? Like, why do you care what I'm doing then? And then I remember I knew she had watched my Snapchat, so I went on this long ass Snapchat rant, and I'm just over here like, I'm not gonna say your name because I don't want people to know who you are. Like, this is like real, you guys. I mean, not really, but like, this is what I was saying. And I was like, I don't want people to see who you are, and I don't want to embarrass you. I wasn't that like mean, like embarrassed, no. But like, I was just like, you've blocked me so many times. Like, I don't know why you keep watching my video, like, my Snapchats. I really don't get it. Like, every time, you know. And I had deleted it after like 5 minutes because I was just like, it's not worth it. I'm not that bitch to start posting stuff. Like, I'm literally that bitch who's like so far away from drama that I was like, that's like stupid. It's not who I am. And instead, I texted her that night and I was just like, hey, I think I'm blocked from your stories again. Like, I'm really confused. Like, I don't really know why you care to watch mine then if you just want to block me from seeing yours. Like, it just really doesn't make sense to me. And she was like, oh babe, I'm so sorry. Like, that must be an accident. Like, I had, you know, always just a bullshit excuse. And I was like, Didn't say anything. I don't think I responded to her honestly at that point, because I was like, this bitch doesn't, I don't know, she either like doesn't fuck with me or like pretends to not fuck with me, but like watch, like I don't genuinely understand it. Don't know. But didn't say anything to her about that. Months, like 3 months after, like maybe even 4 or 5 months after that, at the time we were best friends, we both had like Twitter accounts, and you know, we would post like about each other on Twitter, like obviously we'd interact on Twitter. And I remember she somehow, like, I got to her Twitter a couple months down the line, and I had been logged in on my Twitter, and it literally said, "You are blocked from seeing this person's account." And I just snapped. I should have snapped long before that, should have just given up. And I snapped, didn't say a word to her, just like literally blocked her on everything. Like I literally just, I couldn't do it anymore. Like I felt like she was like playing a game with my mind, and I was like, bitch, I'm dropping out. Like I cannot play this game with you anymore. Like you are blocked. You are not a part of my life anymore. It's done. So here I am, years and years later, and I don't, literally, truly, to this like day, I don't like harbor any resentment to her. I'm just like confused. Like it made no sense to me. I'm the type of bitch where it's like, let's just talk things out. Like if you have a problem with whatever, I don't want to fight you. I don't want to argue with you. Genuinely, I want to understand why you're doing it, and let's fix the problem and let's move on. Let's not be 4 years old. You know what I mean? Like it was just whatever. So I don't hate you, girl. Definitely don't understand you, but definitely don't hate you also. So I want to make that very clear, that I do not like have resentment toward this person. There's genuinely no reason I would have resentment. It's more just confusion. So that's really all. If you guys like have ever dealt with anything like this, or like anything, I'm sure you guys have, because that's kind of the way the cookie crumbles with girls. It's true, sorry. But I genuinely would be really interested to hear about it in the comments down below, or you can just like this video if you don't really want to like put your comment down there. But like, you know, either way, I'm interested. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in my next video.